Perhaps one of the longest-running debates in Washington is the effectiveness of national missile defense and what the taxpayers have gotten for the billions of dollars that have put into it. Some critics still say that it doesn't really work and will never work. How would you describe the capability of national missile defenses if a nation like North Korea or Iran were in the future to launch a missile against the United States? Could we shoot it down?
Yes, as the person that owns the trigger, I don't maintain it. The services maintain it. It's designed by Admiral Jim Searing and the Missile Defense Agency, but I own the trigger on this, and I have high confidence that it'll work against North Korea. It was designed to defend against nations that might not be deterred other ways, and that would clearly be North Korea in that regard. We're very concerned about the mobile nature of the KN-08, that we lose our ability to get the indications that something might occur, and then of course the unpredictable nature of the regime that's there. But I have high confidence in its ability.
This KN-08, I want to go back to that a second. Back in a couple of weeks ago, you said in your testimony, once it's fielded, it's going to complicate our ability to provide warning and defend against an attack. How is this road mobile nature different than a fixed type Wudong attack or launch?
Well, it's a relocatable target. And, as someone that thumps targets for most of my life growing up, it's the relocatable target set that really impedes our ability to find, fix, and finish the threat. And so as the targets move around and if we don't have the persistent stare and the persistent ISR, which we do not have over North Korea at this time, that relocatable nature makes it very difficult for us to be able to counter it. That said, should one get airborne and come at us, I'm confident that we'll be able to knock it down.
One follow-up. Secretary Carter yesterday, in previewing his Asia trip, mentioned ballistic missile defense and moving assets over to that are fielding or deploying 2 more Aegis missile defense vessels part of your way to mitigate the potential threat from this road mobile missile?
Actually, we're setting up the second Tippy 2 in Japan, which is actually reduces our reliance on Aegis a little bit. But, the ballistic missile defense is a system of systems. It's all of the sensors, whether they're land-based or sea-based. It's the space-based architecture as well, and then our kill vehicles that are at Vandenberg and up at Fort Greely in Alaska. It's a system of systems that need to be maintained. Yes?
Going back to North Korea, is it your assessment that they've developed the capability to miniaturize a nuclear warhead and put it on a ballistic missile like the KN-08?
Yes, our assessment is that they have the ability to put it on a nuclear weapon on a KN-08 and shoot it at the homeland, and that's the way we think. That's our assessment of the process. We haven't seen them test the KN-08 yet, and we're waiting to do that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they will fly it before they test it.
So, but if you can live with that situation, which you have to, you really don't have a choice. Could not in the future, as a commander in your position, live with the idea of another country, say Iran, that would have the ability to put a nuclear device on top of a missile and threaten the United
Well,
States?
actually, our system is designed for North Korea, and if we get our assessment wrong, for Iran. It's able to defend the nation against both those particular threats today, and our investments are to make sure that they outpace the capability should they, say in the case of Iran, which we don't think they have the capability today, but what if we got that intel wrong and they moved that delivery capability to the left? Even if they moved it to today, we could defend the nation with what we have today.
Is it, Admiral, the U.S. assessment that North Korea has succeeded in miniaturizing a warhead to put on an ICBM?
We assess that they have the ability to do that, yes, sir. Now, we have not seen them do that, and we haven't seen them test that. But I don't think the American people want us to, there's some things that they want us to make sure we edge on the side of conservatism to make sure we get right.
Well, is that what it is, an overabundance of caution as opposed to any evidence that they have the ability to do
No,
it?
I think it's a prudent decision by my assessment of the threat and the threat to the nation. I think it's a prudent decision.
Is this a new assessment? Relatively new?
I'm going to have to get back with you on that as to when when the IC made the assessment, the intel community made the assessment.
4 months ago when you came into an IC assessment that said that we believe that North Korea has the capability to miniaturize a warhead and put it on the KN-08.
That's correct. Yeah, but when that decision, how was that last year, 2 years ago? That I have to get. Yeah.